तदो गैरपि गम्यते एकं संख्यं च योगं च य पश्यति स पश्यति संन्यास तु महाबाहो दुःखम् अप्तु अयोगतम् युगयुक्त मुनिर्ब्रह्म नचिरेण धिगच्छति युगयुक्त विशुद्धात्मा विजितात्मा जितेन्द्रिय सर्वभूतात्मा भूतात्मा कुर्वन्नपि न लिप्यते नैव किञ्चित् करोमीति युक्तो मन्यते तत्त्वविद् पश्यन् शृण्वन् स्पर्शन् जिघ्रन् अस्नन् गच्छन् स्वपन् शवन् प्रलापन् विसृजन् गृहन् उन्मिषन् निमिषन् अपि इन्द्रियाणि इन्द्रियार्थेषु वर्तन्त इति धारयन् ब्रह्मण्याध्याय कर्मणि संगत्युक्ता करोति यः लिप्यते न स पापेन पदं पत्रम् इवं भासा कायेन मनसा बुद्ध्या केवलैरिन्द्रियैरपि योगिना कर्म कुर्वन्ति संगत्युक्ता शुद्धये युक्त कर्म फलं त्यक्ता शान्तिमाप्नोति नैष्ठिकीम् अयुक्त कामकारेण फले सक्तो निबध्यते सर्वकर्माणि मनसा सन्न्यस्यास्ते सुखं वशी नवद्वारे पुरे देहि नैव कुर्वन्न कार्ययान् न कर्तृत्वं न कर्मणि लोके स्वसृजति प्रभु न कर्मफल संयोगं संभवसतु प्रवर्तते नादते कस्यचित् पापं न चैव सुकृतं विभु अजानेनामृतं ज्ञान तेन मोह्यन्ति ज्ञातव्यम् ज्ञानेन तु तज्ज्ञानं येषा नाशितम् आत्मना तेषामादित्य ज्ञानं प्रकाशयति तत्परम् तद्बुद्ध्यस्तदात्मान तन्निष्ठा तत्परायणा गच्छन्त पुनरावृत्तिं ज्ञानानिधृतकल्मषा विद्या विनय संपन्ने ब्रह्मणा सुनी चैव स्वपाके च पंडिता समदर्शिना इहैव त्यजित स्वर्ग येषां साम्ये स्थितं मनः निर्दोष हि समं ब्रह्म तस्माद् ब्रह्मणि ते स्थिता न प्रोहृष्यते प्रियं प्राप्य नोद्विजेत् प्राप्य च प्रियम् स्थिर बुद्धिर असम्मूढ़ ब्रह्मविद् ब्रह्मणि स्थिता बाह्य स्पर्शेषु असक्तात्मा विन्दत्यात्मानि यत्सुखं स ब्रह्म युगयुक्तात्मा सुखम् अख्यम अश्नुते ये हि संस्पर्शजा भोग दुःख यूनय एव ते अद्यन्त्वन्त कौन्तेय न ते सुरमते बुध शक्नोति हैव यशोढं प्राक्शरीर विमुख्यन्त काम क्रोध उद्भव वेगं स युक्त स सुखी नर Yunta Sukhantarat Yunta Sukhantarat Raman Yunta Taras Yunta Sukhantarat Ramas Tathantara Jyotirevaya Sayoga Brahma Nirvana Brahma Bhuta Dhigacchati Labhate Brahma Nirvana Nrusayakhena Kalmasa Chinne Dvidha Yatatmana Sarva Bhuta Hiterata Kama Krodha Vimuktanang Yatinang Yatchetasam Abhitu Brahma Nirvanam Vartate Viditatmanam Sparsan Krutva Bahirbahyam Chakyusa Chaivantare Bhruvo Pranapano Samakrutva Nasabhyantaracharino Yatendriya Manobuddhi Munir Mukhya Parayana Vigatechha Krodha Yasada Mukta Evasa Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasang Sarva Loka Maheshwara Sruhudang Sarva Bhutanang Gyatva Mang Santim Rucchati Om Tasmad Vidam Srimad Bhagavad Gitasu Upanishadsu Brahma Vidya Yoga Shastre Sri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Panchama Adhyaya Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. So today we will take third verse from second chapter. So first we will discuss little bit about this. Klaipyam masma gamah partha naitatvayupapatyate shudram hridaya daurbalyam tyakto tishta parantapa. What word meaning? Klaipyam, importance. Masma, do not. Gamaha, take to. Partha, O son of Prutha. Na, never. Etat, this. Tvai, unto you. Upatyate, is befitting. Shutram, petty. Hridaya, of the heart. Daurbalyam, weakness. Tyaktva, giving up. Uttishta, get up. Parantapa, O chastiser of enemies. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. O son of Prutha, do not yield to this degrading importance. It does not become you. Give up such petty weakness of heart and arise, O chastiser of enemies. Purport by His Divine Grace. Arjuna was addressed as a son of Prutha, who happened to be the sister of Krishna's father Vasudeva. Therefore, Arjuna had a blood relationship with Krishna. If son of Kshatriya declines to fight, he is Kshatriya in name only. And if son of Brahmana acts impiously, he is Brahmana in name only. Such Kshatriyas and Brahmanas are unworthy sons of their fathers. Therefore, Krishna did not want Arjuna to become an unworthy son of Kshatriya. Arjuna was the most intimate friend of Krishna, and Krishna was directly guiding him on the chariot. But in spite of all his credits, if Arjuna abandoned the battle, he would be committing an infamous act. Therefore, Krishna said that such an attitude in Arjuna did not fit his personality. Arjuna might argue that He would give up the battle on the grounds of magnanimous attitude for the most respectable Bhishma and his relatives. But Krishna considered that out of magnanimity were weakness of heart. Such false magnanimity was not approved by any authority. Therefore, such magnanimity or so-called non-violence should be given up by persons like Arjuna under the direction of Krishna. ममज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकयः चक्षुर्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद. Hare Krishna. So I will repeat translation. O son of Prutha, do not yield to this degrading importance. It does not become you. Give up such petty weakness of heart and arise, O chastiser of enemy. So in this purport, Srila Prabhupada explains that Arjuna is the relative of Krishna. Krishna is having blood relationship with Krishna, and how he is related? The sister of Krishna's father is the mother of Arjuna, Prutha, the son of Prutha. Okay, so why this word is used, Prutha? So you can see here in this verse, each and every word Krishna has chosen so intelligently, so expertly. Using just a single word, he is conveying lot of meanings. Okay, so we will discuss each word in great detail. So here this Prabhupada is mentioning here Prutha. So why Prutha? Because Arjuna has a great lineage. He belongs to a very great dynasty, and also he is having blood relationship with Lord Krishna. Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. So if we consider all these merits, so if Arjuna leaves the battlefield, then it will attract a lot of infamy. That's what Krishna is pointing out, that you are not an ordinary person. You have very great lineage, and if you don't perform activities befitting to that lineage, then it will cause a lot of infamy. Just using one word, Krishna is again and again pushing that point. Next, Prabhupada tells that if Kshatriya does not perform his duty, or Brahmana is the impious Brahman, then they both are considered only namesake Kshatriya, namesake Brahmana. So here Arjuna was trying to leave the battlefield on the ground of magnanimity for the elders like Drona, Bhishma, and all others. Okay, so if Arjuna neglects his duty, then he will become only namesake Kshatriya, and that this is also one reason that will bring the infamy. Okay, then next point it is mentioned, and that actually who was guiding Arjuna? Lord Krishna himself, who is the supreme personality of Godhead. Okay, and Arjuna is also not an ordinary person. Arjuna is a person who has fought with Parshurama, who has fought with Lord Shiva. So he is very much capable, and he is having, additionally, he is having guidance of Krishna. But even having all these credits, still if Arjuna doesn't fight, if he leaves the battlefield, then that will be great disrespect or a great insult for him. And insult is the worse than death for the Kshatriya. Okay, and finally Krishna is pointing out Hrudaya Daurbalyam. Why Hrudaya Daurbalyam? Because on the other side, personalities like Drona, Bhishma, all they were there. Arjuna was considering them as very respectable. Why? Because they were his guru, and that's what he he may leave this battlefield by giving this argument of magnanimity, okay, for this elderly person. So Krishna is telling, no, if you do that, then it will bring a lot of infamy. So here I wanted to point it out that till now Arjuna has not surrendered explicitly to Lord Krishna. He has not told that I am confused and just I am surrender unto you and tell me what is the shreyas for me, what is the ultimate good for me. Till now Arjuna has not told. So Krishna is taking the position of the friend, and also as mentioned here, word prutha also relative. Okay, so Krishna has not taken the position of the guru till now. He is just a friend and relative. Okay, so if we come to the first word, Klaipyam. Okay, what is the meaning of Klaipyam? Klaipyam means the one who is important. Okay, so if someone calls the Kshatriyas important, then that is a very disrespectful, or it is a very great insult. Okay, so Krishna is insulting Arjuna just to motivate him for this war. Just to fight him, he is using such a harsh language. Okay, so we see many times that doctor also uses knife and the criminal also uses knife. But what doctor does? He saves the life. And what criminal does? He takes the life. So similarly, the person who is having very elevated consciousness, who is spiritually very much developed, if he uses the strong words, then it will remove the impurity of his subordinates. They may be his disciples, his relatives, or not, or common public. So if he uses such a strong word, it will remove the impurity of that subordinates. But if same strong words if another person uses whose consciousness is very degraded, then what will happen? It will break that relationship. He will hurt that person. Okay. But here Krishna is having a lot of love for his devotees. Okay. So that's what he chastising Arjuna, so that that impurity can be removed from his heart. Many times a doctor uses this knife and he has to do operation. He has to cut down his organism sometimes, and he has to remove that impurity. So it's very much essential in spiritual life that authority uses such a penetrating, harsh word just to remove that impurity. So using this hard word is the another harsh word is the another aspect of love. Many times we see that sometimes mother has to beat his children because children sometimes become so naughty that they don't listen if we tell them very lovingly. So mother has to use another language. She may slap a child, she may scold a child. So it is not that mother is getting happiness by beating the child. But why? Because mother is having a lot of compassion, a lot of compassion for her child. That's what she wanted. That he should not do such a mistake in future. If he commits same mistake, then it will be very bad for his future. That's what. It's another dimension of love. Okay, just beating, using harsh words. Okay, so here also Arjuna is best friend. Means Krishna is the friend, very good friend of Arjuna, and also relatives. Okay, so they are having very strong connection, strong love. That's what Krishna is using that position just to remove this impurity. So I would like to give two examples from Shastras, like how this harsh word has helped the subordinates. So first example from Srimad Bhagavatam, when Narad Muni cursed Nalagriva and Manigrivera at that time. So many of you must have heard this pastime that like Nalagriva and Manigriva were the sons of Kubera, and due to their very great opulence, they misused their aristocracy, and they were like roaming with girls and intoxicated in that way. And once what happened, Narad Muni happened to pass from that route, and when the other girls they saw that very great personality has come, so what they did, they covered their bodies because all they were intoxicated and they were naked in lake. But these girls covered their body, but these two personalities, Nalagriva and Manigriva, they were so ashamed or they were not conscious at all. And because of that intoxication. So Narad Muni becomes angry and he cursed this person. That is that because your behavior is not befitting for this body. So I curse you that you become the trees in the court of Krishna. So here if you see the words which are used, it's kind of means it's curse. The words which are used, they are curse, but actually if we see that these two personality has got very good, very great fortune. Why? Because this opportunity of seeing the childhood pastime of Krishna has not got to Mother Devaki and Vasudeva also. These two personality has done lot of tapasya just to get the Krishna as their son. Okay, but still they did not get this opportunity to see the childhood pastime of Krishna. But these two personalities, who Nalagriva and Malagriva, they are getting this chance. What qualification they have? Nothing. Only the mercy of this great Vaishnava, Narad Muni. And he has used such a strong words just to remove their impurity. Just by seeing the childhood pastime of Krishna, these personalities will get purified. This is the first example. And second example I would like to give from Ramayana. When Mother Sita, Lakshmana and Lord Ram, when they were staying in jungle, at that time Ravana planned to kidnap Sita with the help of Maricha. Then Maricha takes form of golden deer. Then Mother Sita asks that I want this golden deer. Then Lakshmana tells that actually this species does not belong to 84 lakh species. I think there is some trap and we should not go for that. But still Mother Sita insists. Then okay, because of her request, Lord Rama goes to jungle and he tells Lakshmana that in any condition you should not leave Mother Sita. Okay, then Lord Rama goes, then finally he kills this Maricha. But when Maricha leaves his body, he shouts in the voice of Lord Rama that, oh Sita, oh Lakshmana. So hearing this vibration, hearing this sound, Lakshmana doesn't get perturbed, but Mother Sita becomes very perturbed that Lord Rama is in great danger. So she requests Lakshmana to please go and help Lord Rama. But Lakshmana knew that nobody can harm Lord Rama, so there is some trap of some demons, so I should not go because this is the order of Lord Rama. But still Mother Sita requested in so many ways, but Lakshmana is very firm in his decision. So finally Mother Sita uses a very strong word. She tells that actually I know why you have come to this forest with us. I know that your ill intention behind coming to the coming with us. I know that you want to enjoy me in the absence of Lord Rama. That's what you have come here. So this was very painful for Lakshmana. So who is this personality Lakshmana? He has dedicated a complete life for the service of Lord Rama and Mother Sita. Okay, he has left his wife and completely with full devotion, and he was serving complete 14 years without sleeping. Okay, so much dedication he has shown, and what result he is getting? His character is being questioned that you have some wrong intention. Okay, so here, but Lakshmana could tolerate that. Why? Because it's not that Mother Sita is getting happiness by talking in this way, but actually this is the love for Lord Rama. Okay, she is expressing her love in such a harsh way, such a strong way. Okay, so we can see the intensity of love for Lord Rama. Then Lakshmana agrees that okay, he puts Lakshman Rekha, and then he goes to help Lord Rama. And when Lord Rama sees that Lakshmana left Mother Sita, so he again chastises Lakshmana. Okay, so the very persons for whom we have dedicated very your own life. Okay, selflessly you are serving, but still you are getting uh, uh, such a reciprocation of hard work. Why? Because Lord Rama is also having lot of affection, lot of love for Mother Sita, and that love is getting expressed in this form of chastisement. So here, from these two incidents of cursing Nalagriva and Malagriva, and second incident of Ramayana. Uh, Miss, I would like to stress this point that Krishna is using this word klaipyam. Klaipyam is important, okay? So this is the very strong word. Means this is the very great insult for Arjuna. But still, Krishna is using such a strong word just to express his love. My dear Arjuna, if you do such a non-befitting activity, then you will attract lot of infamy. And this other warriors, they will call you important. Okay, that will be very great disrespect or insult for you, and insult is worse than death for Kshatriya. So Krishna has a lot of compassion and love for Arjuna. That's what he is in such a strong word, like. Okay, then Partha, Prabhupada has already explained that the Krishna is having blood relationship with Arjuna. How? The sister, means mother of Arjuna, Prutha, she is related to the Lord Krishna. Okay, then next word is there, Hridaya Daurbalyam. Then also Prabhupada very nicely explained that Arjuna may give up this battlefield just by saying that, oh, on the other side, very great personalities are there like Bhishma and Drona. So, but Krishna is telling, if you do such on this ground, if you leave the activity, so there you will attract this infamy. Okay. And finally, here Krishna is addressing Arjuna as Parantapa. Okay. He could have used another name of Arjuna. For example, he could have used Arjuna in this place. But why he is using Parantapa? Because it's not that Arjuna is not capable, or he is not having that ability to defeat all these warriors. Okay, so Krishna is reminding, my dear Arjuna, you are having that capability. It's not that you don't have that capability. That's what he's calling, oh, chastiser of enemy. So here we can see Klaipyam and Parantapa, these are very contrasting words. Okay. For example, Klaipyam is, in one sense, Lord Krishna is trying to insult Arjuna, and on the other side, he is using Parantapa. You are not the ordinary person; you are the chastiser of enemies. Okay. So, means in one sense, if you see, this negative attribute Klaipyam is adding so much potential to this positive attribute Parantapa. Okay, so means you can see that very intelligently Krishna has used each and every word. Okay, So this is what I wanted to convey from this discussion. So if anybody would like to anything, and then they are most welcome. And if anybody has some question, so please they can type it or they can ask. Very good.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, I am not able to connect Ramayana example with this verse. As in this verse, the heart word is used for Arjuna. For that, love has to be present. But in Ramayana, Lord Rama and Lord Sita has Mother Sita has used heart word for Lakshmana to show the love for Lord Rama. I'm not connecting.
Okay. So what is the question?
क्वेश्चन इज दैट जिसके लिए लव शो करना हो मतलब उसी को इसमें कहा हाथ वर्ड उसी के लिए बोला गया है, लेकिन रामायण वाले एग्जांपल में हाथ वर्ड लक्ष्मण जी को बोला गया था फॉर शोइंग द लव फॉर लॉर्ड रामा एंड लॉर्ड रामा शोइंग द लव फॉर मदर सीता.
Acha means okay. What you would like to point it out that here in this case the person is directly Arjuna, okay, and in case of Ramayana the person is third person, okay, but principle is the same, okay, principle is the same. He is not a direct person. The love is expressed about third person, but the principle behind this pastime is the same. Okay.
Okay.
Any another question? Anyone would like to ask? If anyone would like to give some examples, few more examples, or anything you would like to add, please, most welcome.
Hare Krishna Prabhu,
Yes, Prabhu.
for the class, Prabhu. I have a question, Prabhu. Means sometimes we see that many senior devotees, although they think they give us some guidance, we have some difficulties to follow them. But it is very difficult in that situation we don't follow them. Although they chastise us, I know sometimes we feel very bad. And how to overcome that situation? That's all. They are saying good for us. And it is for us, they are guiding us. It is for good for us. It is for our own spiritual advancement. They are guiding us. Then how can we situate at that time, Prabhu, means ourselves? That it is good for us. What they are saying is good for us.
Yes. So see, like many times sir tells that अरे तेरा सिर उड़ा दूंगा. Okay. So this is very much relevant in this context. The word klepiam is used. Okay. So we have understood that this klepiam word is the expression of love. Similarly, when sir says अरे तेरा सर उड़ा दूंगा, so it's like expression of love. Sir has, because you can chastise to only the person with whom you are having very strong relationship. Okay. For example, you cannot go on street and you can quarrel with anybody. It's not like that. You can only quarrel to the person, or you can only chastise the person with whom you are having very close relationship. Okay. So similarly, here in the example of Ramayana, okay, so mother is very extreme example. Okay, we have not faced such an example, but here is very extreme example that Mother Sita has used a very strong, very harsh word, and she has raised the question about character of uh, Lakshmana. But Lakshmana is able to digest that. Why? Because he, in 14 years, he has he has received a lot of love, lot of reciprocation from Mother Sita and Lord Rama together. Okay, so when both of them when chastises, so he could see that he could see that reciprocation from their his authorities. That's what he is able to digest such a strong insult. Okay, so similarly in our life, sometimes it becomes difficult to take that heavy word, but in throughout life we can see that this person has shown lot of love for us, or lot of reciprocation with us. So that with help of that we can digest that strong word. Yes, actually whatever words we is used is for my purification. Like the example I gave, when knife can be used by doctor also, and also by criminal also. But when doctor uses, he removes impurity, and when criminal uses, he takes the life. Okay. So similarly, when the very highly elevated Vaishnava, when he uses such a strong words, then it's for our purification, to remove that impurity from our consciousness. But when same verse is used by a person who is very degraded in consciousness, then at that time what will happen? That will hurt that person, or that will break that relationship. Okay, so it's very important the role of person who is playing that role. So here we can see that reciprocation love we have got throughout many years, that will save us from that tragic from that situation, and we'll use that words just to grow in our spiritual life. Yes, sir. Hare Krishna. Anyone would like to ask any question? Anything anyone would like to add? If you like, if you have heard some explanation from Prabhupada lectures, or sir, from sir or Vipul sir, you can share these points. So it will be benefit for everyone.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, bro.
Prabhuji, I have heard this weakness of heart term from Sir regarding like weak spiritual intelligence or lack of spiritual intelligence. So, like, can you just elaborate on this part, like, Sir, like how Sir describes this weakness of heart for us? Like, I think in Harinam Chintamani also it was mentioned this weakness of heart term. So, like, if you can elaborate on this, Prabhuji.
Okay. So actually, weakness of heart, there it comes from lack of spiritual intelligence. For example, and the root cause of this is the attachment for sense gratification. Okay. So because of that attachment for sense gratification, that Hriday Daurbalyam comes, that weakness of heart comes, and very famous example in Mahabharata is the Dhritarashtra. He was so much attached to his son, So knowingly, he knew all the principles from Shastras, but still he took decisions which were not befitting for such a personality. But still he took. Why? Because that weakness of heart, because of that attachment. So sir tells that to overcome that, we need to take shelter of the spiritual intelligence. Okay, so spiritual intelligence is from taking instruction from the elevated Vaishnavas, then reading Shastras. Okay, these two are the mediums from which we can improve our spiritual intelligence, and this will save us from this disease of weakness of heart. Okay, yes, bro.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, bro.
Yeah, yes, Prabhuji. So, Prabhuji, like you mentioned here that Dhritarashtra, though he was having all the Vedic knowledge from the Shastra and all, but still he was not situated with spiritual intelligence. So, does it mean that just by reading Shastra and all, one cannot show to have spiritual intelligence?
Yes, just reading Shastras is not enough. For example, just only reading physics book, you cannot succeed or you cannot understand that subject perfectly. Okay, you need to have very good guidance. You need to have expert. You need to have guru, authority in that field who can guide you. Okay, so similarly, until and unless you don't have personality who can correct you, who can guide you in that direction, then you will not actually grasp that subject. Okay, so role of the person Bhagavata is very much important compared to role of book Bhagavata. Okay, we will not understand that intent behind this. Like many times sir tells that to understand Bhagavad Gita, it's not that you need understanding of Sanskrit. Even if you don't understand Sanskrit, still you can understand Bhagavad Gita with the mercy of Guru. Okay, so we have very famous example from South Indian Brahmana. Like he was illiterate, but still he could understand the purpose behind Bhagavad Gita. Okay, the spirit behind Bhagavad Gita, he could understand. So Bhagavad Gita is the book. Is about transcendental relationship. So just by learning English or just by learning Sanskrit, we cannot understand. So it plays a very big role in life, that we need to have such personality, and just having such a strong guidance is also not enough. We have to be submissive. We should follow his instruction. Okay, we should take his instruction at the core of our heart, and we should try to follow it. Then only that spiritual intelligence will help us from this Hridaya Daurbalya. I think Anand Prabhu has asked some questions. What should we do to be able to digest chastisement? Sometimes it hurts so much. Yes, so that's what I explained in Sachin Prabhu has also asked same question, so I think I have already given answer to this question, that you will get chastisement from person who is having very good relationship with you, very strong relationship. Only that person will chastise. Outside person cannot come you and chastise you. Even if he chastise you, it will not hurt you much. Okay, but the person who is very closely related, like very best friend, okay, if he chastises you, then that will really hurt you. Okay, so how to overcome that? We can see that over the 4-5 years, you have got lot of reciprocation from that person. Okay, in so many difficult situation, he has stood with you, and he has helped you. Okay, that reciprocation, that love will help you to overcome this chastisement. Okay, So this is how, like Lakshmana also could overcome this chastisement, this insulting word. Why? Because he has seen profuse love from Mother Sita and from Lord Rama. Okay, so because of that, he could understand actually the intention is not that. Actually, intention is the love for the Lord Rama or love for the Mother Sita. That's what such a words are being used. So he could understand. So similarly in our life, when we get such a chastisement, so we should see the intention is not that my authority is doesn't like me. Why? Because that attitude or that impurity which we are carrying, that is not attracting to our authority. That's why they want to remove this impurity. So we should take in that spirit. Okay. To remove that attachment, it's not easy. So our authority has to use very strong words. Okay. If he always keeps pampering you, then that will not help. And regarding this Clypean, one more explanation is there. Like for example, Krishna, like we have seen that when Arjuna goes to Swargaloka to collect all this Brahmastra, all these weapons. Okay, so at that time, Urvashi wanted to enjoy with Arjuna, but Arjuna sees Urvashi as his mother, so he declines this. Okay, and so at that time, Urvashi cursed Arjuna that you will become impotent because you have not accepted my request. So then Indra requests Urvashi to reduce that curse to 1 year, and Arjuna uses that curse in final year of incognito. Okay. So Krishna is telling that you are important for only 1 year. Is it that importance is still continuing, and that's why you are speaking in this way? So this is also another explanation that this strong word, like context, just using one word, so many explanations are being told. Okay. So is it that importance is still with you, and that's why you are speaking in this way? Okay. So just using one word, so many meanings are being explained in this verse. Okay, I think everyone has asked question and there are no more questions. Okay. So Bansal Crew, tomorrow who will be taking class? Okay. So Jitu Pro will be taking tomorrow's class. Okay. Hare Krishna. So